A day after Sheikh Hasina fled Bangladesh and resigned as the Prime Minister, some sense of normalcy is slowly returning to the country, even as citizens await the formation of a new government. In the capital Dhaka, police and army patrolled the streets. Traffic was lighter than usual. Some schools reopened with thin attendance on Tuesday. Buses and other public transport resumed and traders opened their shops. Bangladeshi President Mohammed Shahabuddin dissolved parliament on Tuesday, clearing the way for an interim government and new elections. The president's office also announced that the leader of opposition BNP party and former Prime Minister Khaleda Zia has been freed from house arrest. Meanwhile, Nobel Peace Laureate Mohammed Yunus has said that he is ready to head an interim government in Bangladesh after students' leaders who spearheaded a movement against job quotas demanded that Yunus takes charge of the caretaker government. This comes a day after at least 109 people were killed in the country during violent protests, taking the death toll in the anti-government protests to 440. Shortly after Sheikh Hasina resigned as Bangladesh Prime Minister and left Dhaka, protesters climbed atop a statue of state founder Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and began axing the statue's head. The unruly mob also destroyed the Banga Bandhu Memorial Museum in the Dan Mondi area in Dhaka. The museum was dedicated to Hasina's father, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who was assassinated in 1975. Hundreds of protesters broke into Sheikh Hasina's official residence in Dhaka. Crowds were seen storming the living rooms, with some people taking televisions, chairs and tables from one of the country's most secured buildings. A group of demonstrators attacked the official residence of Chief Justice Hassan in Dhaka. He had departed the premises just moments before the attack. The rioters also set the Awami League's offices in the capital city on fire. The mob vandalized and set fire to the residence of the State Minister for Expatriate Affairs and Foreign Employment, the homes of the City Justice Department and the City Secretary of the Awami League, an Awami League Member of Parliament, and the President of the capital's Awami League branch were attacked and vandalized. Well, apart from that, videos of temples being set on fire also flooded social media. A temple belonging to the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, ISKCON, was vandalized by miscreants who also burned idols in the temple premises. In Mehapur area of Bangladesh, 3 devotees who lived at the center managed to escape and survived. Speaking in the upper house of Parliament, Indian External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar confirmed that several minorities were targeted in Dhaka during the protests.
Properties of individuals associated with the regime were torched across the country. What was particularly worrying was that minorities, their businesses and temples also came under attack at multiple locations.
Following the events in Bangladesh, we sought some reactions from journalists and political commentators from the country and beyond, and here are some of them.
Many mobs have been targeting ex-party members, ex-Awami League members, their houses, their offices. We've seen looting. There have been complete lawlessness in the country last night as well. But the good thing is, and the hopeful thing is, we have seen students and many of the student protesters who are protesting for the resignation of the Prime Minister. They have taken to the streets today. They have tried to protect the houses of these people from looters. They have also taken it upon themselves to regulate the traffic on the streets. So things are, we're hoping that things will get better.
The last 3 elections had been definitely much disputed.
Right.
The lack of participation and lack of neutrality. So the people were really unhappy because they didn't get the chance to voice their discontent or their choices.
Right.
So this combination of lack of inclusive development and lack of voice in a democratic process. These two together really created a groundswell within the middle class and particularly amongst the younger community.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.